Hello, friends and family. I am still on the road, but I'm here with my mom for another episode of Stuff We Think We Know. All right, and now that our intro music is over, if you missed the first episode of Stuff We Think We Know, you can find it on my Facebook page at Gretchen Gag Friends. I don't know. Look up Gretchen Gag on Facebook. It's the one of just my face and not my backpack. You can also get links to all that stuff on GretchenGag.com. So, episode 2 of Stuff We Think We Know, where we talk about things that we think we know, even if we don't know them. We welcome comments, however, we reserve the right to ignore them.
Right, because we can talk about it.
Because we can talk about it, because we know everything there is to know. So my name is Gretchen, by the way, if you didn't get that, and if you've never caught me live before, if this is your first time, or if you've never caught an episode of Stuff We Think We Know, then I need to let you know who I am. Sorry, I'm getting distracted because there are people hopping on saying hi, Becky, hi Sue, hi Kat, I see all of you. Just distracted me. But I'm a coach and a mentor. I focus on fitness and wellness. I love working with moms, but I especially love working with people who are just totally overwhelmed with the health and fitness thing. And I have launched a brand new course that I created called the MIMO method. It's all about stopping all this action, right? Like going, and starting to put your mind into motion. It's self-paced, it's online. So that's who I am. And I typically on this show like to talk about things that are not health and fitness related because I think I know a lot about those things. I know about health and fitness, so why would I talk about them on this show? Let my other person, counterpartner, what do they call them? Co-host, introduce themselves to you.
Am I on?
You're on. You're live.
Hi, I can't look at you, but my name is Regina Jenkins. I am also a mom mentor helping overwhelmed moms. I've also I have my history is I've been a nurse for about 25 years, and I also have a thriving skincare consulting business. And I get to take my business on the road. So we have the grandma, that's me, and the mom and the baby.
Yep, even the baby's still here with us. She's napping currently. You can see the top of her head.
Oh, and the dog.
Right there, and the dog.
The dog who is napping as well.
Also napping. So we're taking advantage of this time to tell you about things we think we know. Hi, Crystal. Today, I think we actually do know quite a bit about this. So if you haven't been following my story, I have been on the road with my daughter. We've been traveling by car and plane since about the middle of December. So we're going in like a month's worth of travel here. We're finally on our way back home, but it's going to take us 3 days. So my Texas friends, we're coming back. I promise. Crystal, I will actually see you in person sometime in the near future. So we are headed back, and in these travels, a month worth of travels, I've been doing my business. This is the beautiful thing about what I do now. What I quit my stay in one place full-time job to be able to travel and do work and take my baby with me and teach her things just from experience. I feel like, there's this whole thing about homeschooling, but I think that travel schooling is really what I'm about. So maybe that's also another podcast, travel schooling. I'm going to have 18 podcasts by the end of the month.
Yeah,
My brain,
like the title.
Isn't it great? Travel schooling. # school choice. By the way, school choice week, January 20th through 26th in Texas. Today, though, our focus on stuff we think we know is travel. So, Mom, why do you think you know a lot about this subject?
Mainly because I travel. I travel a lot, and I travel by car and by plane. I travel a lot. So I have made the mistakes, and I can help other people keep from making them because I know a lot. I know a lot about traveling.
You have to speak up a little bit. And for me, I think that something I bring to the table is that I've been traveling with my daughter since she was about 5 months old. Y'all, we have used that lap infant thing. I mean, I think we have maxed out our lap infant. You can do it until they're 2. She'll be 2 in February. Oh, actually, we just took our last plane ride, I think, unless we decide to fly somewhere in February before the 23rd, just because she can fly on my lap. I think we just took our last plane ride. The next plane trip I have coming up is in March, I think, going down to Florida. So
She'll have to have her own ticket.
She will. That's exactly what I was just saying. Sometimes she doesn't listen when I talk. I was like, that was the last 5 minutes of this whole thing.
Okay.
But today we're going to give you travel hacks, right? Travel hacks. Yes, not tips.
Not tips, because I know the difference between a hack and a tip.
Stuff we think we know. She just asked me this. So what is the difference between a hack and a tip, Mom?
A tip is when you tell somebody something that they didn't know about traveling. And what was the you gave something, you gave an example, and then you said...
So an example would be, let's say I was giving you a tip on what to do with the kids at an airport, and I told you like the Chicago airport has a kid play center, and you didn't know that. That's a tip.
So then you can say, oh wow, thanks for the tip. But a hack is where you do something differently that you're both doing the same activity, but you do it a little bit differently that makes it easier or better or more convenient.
Yes. I think she's got it. What do you think?
I got it.
Do you think? Newly learned child travel tip. Take a portable potty if you are driving. Crystal, I love it. That is a perfect tip. We did not do that this trip. That is changing next time. And we needed it. Yep. So Crystal jumping in with what she thinks she knows. We welcome. This isn't just stuff we think we know. It's a collective we. Stuff our audience thinks they know. Now, if you actually know it, we probably won't say anything about it, because this is just what we think we know. So the way Crystal said that made me realize she probably learned it the hard way as well. So stuff we think we know. Let's see. I'm going to start you off with this one. My travel stuff I think I know is how to travel light with a toddler. So if you know me, you know I have this like issue with stuff. I'm not a stuff person. If you've ever gotten a gift from me, you know that it's probably not very big and extravagant. And I've probably, instead of giving you a gift for your birthday, I've probably taken you out to lunch or gone and had a glass of wine with you or done some kind of experience, because that's me. I have a real stuff issue. I really think this comes from living on the Gulf Coast for a very long time and having this whole, like, at any second your entire house could be blown down. So you got to be able to take what you want. You really start to realize, like, there's a lot of crap out there that we hold on to that we don't need. So I don't like a lot of stuff. So when I travel with my kid, it's so tempting as parents to see all these things in their room and think, oh, we got to keep them entertained. I want to keep them entertained. I want to bring this toy. It's their favorite toy. So number one, be very choosy about what toys you bring. And since I got this tip from another mom, this hack from another mom, when you choose a toy, choose a brand spanking new one they've never seen before. So take some of their toys, and I'm so guilty of this. So I'm sorry if you've given my daughter a toy in the past and you've come over and you have not seen it. I will hoard them away so I can take them out at trips and be like, hey, here's this brand new toy. Because I think she only needs like 5 toys at one time in her room. So anyway, that's my little thought on stuff. So when I travel, I want to be able to keep her entertainment down to a very small place. So think about being on an airplane, right? You already have a kid, you already have a stroller. I was by myself traveling with her, so I had a baby, a stroller, and a backpack. That's it. That's all I wanted on the plane. I checked one bag. So that's all we've been traveling with, by the way, for 1 month. So you don't need as much as you think. And yeah, we've been staying at houses, so we've been able to do laundry, which is nice. But even if you're not, typically hotels have a place to do laundry. So we have our suitcase in the back, and then we have this backpack. That has been our backpack friend for the whole trip. I have a crossbody bag as well that I pack in the suitcase. So if I need to take it out and do like even a little, a mini diaper bag for a day, like just going out to like the grocery store or something, I'll do that. But the only entertainment, so this front pocket is entertainment pocket, side pocket, food pocket. Almost the same size. It's a toddler. Food is just as entertaining as entertainment. Middle pocket has like pretty much a whole thing of like pull-ups in there right now. And my computer. And I think that's it. Wipes, my computer, like my whole work, basically my office is in this. So let me show you what I have with me. I have one board book, which she really loves because it's also a puppet. Well, 2 for 1, right? This was added on. She got this as part of a much more giant thing for Christmas, and this was a little part of it that she liked the most. So we took that off. Remember, you don't have to take the whole toy if it's got little parts you can take off that they like. So we took that off. She thinks it's her cell phone. And then to color. So I'm a big fan of coloring. She loves to color too. I packed just some of the crayons, and I also packed chalk. Didn't use it, but my thought was you can find sidewalk everywhere. But it was very cold where we were and kind of wet, so we didn't do the chalk thing. I'm not giving up on that. And here's the ultimate hack. This is our coloring book. So I ripped pages out of a coloring book, and in fact, this is one of those coloring books. Also a good hack is to buy the coloring books that just have the one marker that they can just go all over the page. She's really into picking colors now though, so I think we're past that. But I ripped pages out of a coloring book so that she can color them, and then you can leave them. And you can even, like, you know, she drew on one in a plane. It's like, thank you for a great flight. Love, Alice 42A or whatever. I don't know if that was really far in the back of the plane. I don't think we said that far back, but you get it. So you can like give them as little presents to people because your daughter colored them, and everyone loves pictures that your kid colored. And I'm not gonna lie and say that that's not true, because I choose to believe that. So that was my travel hack of the day. Stuff I think I know is traveling lightly with a toddler. That's what I think I know. All right. Mom, you ready for yours?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, my travel hack is this is car travel. When you're traveling by car and you stop at the hotel, usually people have to make a couple of trips to carry everything in, or get one of those big trolley things and haul it out to the car, fill it up, and then haul that back to the room, then return the trolley. Instead of doing all this back and forth, I pack my suitcase. I'm also a very light traveler. Pack one suitcase, and then I have my backpack. So my suitcase has my clothing in it, and then my backpack has my toiletries and other paraphernalia that I'll need for the trip. I'll put in a couple of change of clothes into my backpack, and my suitcase just stays in the car. So all I have to do is carry in my backpack. And I usually have Lucy, my dog, with me too. So that's going to take up one hand with the leash, which leads me to my next hack. And that is when you're, oh yeah, one more thing, that this is really important. Don't take big bottles of shampoo and conditioner and lotion. The hotel's going to have it. And if you're traveling by car, if you really need something, you can just go to the drugstore. But don't take those bottles of creams and lotions and shampoos. You really aren't going to need it. And
actually, that is one thing that we have said to each other when getting ready for a trip, is we're not traveling to the middle of nowhere. We always have Uber at our disposal most of the time, or a good taxi.
Yeah, and if you're traveling with somebody, you say, who's bringing the toothpaste? You know, who's bringing something else? That way you share the load, and not everybody's bringing. You're not doubling up on everything. And also, always bring a bathing suit, because you never know who or where you're going to be that has a really cool pool.
You know who you'll be.
You know who you're staying with.
Don't lose your identity.
Who you're staying with. I know who I am. Even if I'm wearing a bathing suit, I know who I am, but I don't know I am.
You never know who you'll be. I'm imagining that your bathing suit is like Wonder Woman. So
it is.
You can
no, but also
you
every time I take it out, it's a different costume, so I never know who I'm going to be.
You never know who you'll be.
Sometimes I'm, Manfred the Wonder Dog. Sometimes I'm Wonder Woman. Manfred.
I don't know Manfred. Is this a generation thing?
Yeah, Manfred the Wonder Dog.
We're gonna need somebody who knows Manfred to chime in.
Manfred
is Manfred a thing, or is it something that she's made up?
Manfred is. Anyway, and also always wear dark clothes, because they don't show up dirt as easily.
That's true, unless your daughter has avocado for breakfast and wipes it on your shirt.
Yes. Or wipes their mouth on your shirt.
That's true.
And what's the when you're traveling with your dog, La Quintas almost always accept dogs.
Yeah, so apparently some of them now are allowed to, if they're franchise and not corporate, they don't have to take dogs anymore, which so bummed me out. But for the most part, La Quintas do. And then this app that you turned me on to.
Yeah, that was my next thing. And actually my last thing.
Okay, the app is Bring Fido. I guess she wasn't going to actually tell you. She was just going to say that was her thing.
I thought
was
you were fixing to say it. So
the app it's called Bring Fido, and it lets pet owners even review the hotels, so you know it's not like kind of a cruddy hotel. But La Quintas are my jam. I feel like I need to be sponsored by La Quinta because, you know, they're a nice, clean hotel. They're a clean hotel. They're a great chain. They typically have them in decent areas. But they're kid friendly and pet friendly, and there's not like, oh, don't get a mark on that thing or we'll get charged extra.
And a lot of them have redone the rooms to accommodate small children and animals, so there's no carpeting,
right?
And the draperies are short, so you feel like it's cleaner because it's easier for the people to clean. But Bring Fido also reviews restaurants and parks where you're staying as well, so you know where you can go with your dog. It makes it easier.
Yep. Also, La Quinta has free breakfast. That's always
bonus.
I've never, like, before I had kids, I'll be honest, I was not like hey, this place has a buffet, this place has free breakfast. Didn't really factor in as much. I was
actually, that was a factor that you didn't like to go there.
Yeah, it didn't appeal to me as much. Maybe I was more snobby before I had kids, but I just was kind of like, well, you know, I'll just grab a coffee and be fine. But now that I have a kid, I'm all about like, hey, they have breakfast that also lets kids run around while they're eating an egg. Go for it. So yeah, those are some of our travel hacks. I think that's pretty much it.
We just crossed into
We
Tennessee.
just got into Tennessee. So our goal today, Alice's max at this age is about 6-7 hours in a car. So we're taking 3 days to go home, and we're, you know, gonna go a little roundabout way to get there. But we're stopping in Chattanooga. So that is our goal tonight. Do we know anyone in Chattanooga?
Besides
I don't think
the
so. Only the chugga choo choo. All right, guys. Well, feel free to comment on this. If you're watching it later, I don't know that we'll even say anything back because this is stuff that we think we know.
I think I know.
I know a lot. Actually, traveling, I feel pretty solid. I feel like people are going to be like, oh, this is actually helpful, not just funny. But if you haven't caught the first episode, you can find it on YouTube. You can find Gretchen Gag on YouTube, and there's also, it's on there as well. Episode 1, Houndsmen, what we know about houndsmen. Just a little tidbit, I knew nothing.
And if you have any subjects that you really are wondering what we think we know about that subject, go ahead and offer it up. We'll take it on.
We will take on any subject, and we will not research it and tell you what we already know about it.
No research is allowed.
I think maybe manta rays should be our next one.
Because I think
we know a lot about manta rays. A lot.
Because I've watched Moana.
/ swam with them.
Yes, but I was going to save that for
she was going to save it for the episode. Well, that's all you need to know.
You just ruined that.
I didn't ruin it. All right. Bye. It's not letting me end this. Oh, there we go.